Man, I have never had 20 minutes go by so quick. But you know what? What a goddamn good 20 minutes it was. You could dare say it was a wild ride. But with that said, hey everyone, welcome to our analysis as well as sort of our reactions to what else could be today. It is the Xenoblade 3 Nintendo Direct, and we have a lot of stuff to get into. Now, we do have an initial reaction video in which we'll post on the channel later, but this is going to be our look back on what we've seen, what our thoughts are, and we get to break down each point and each shot-by-shot thing of what we can see, pick out, and just generally talk about the Direct we've seen. So, with that said, I'm Lightning.
I'm Alice.
And we are also joined by a special guest. But for now, let's get to it. 20 minutes. That was quick. That was a wild ride. But you know what? I'll take it, and we have so much to unpack. And luckily, we have some people along for the ride with me. So, hey everyone, welcome to what can only be called, well, an elongated Xenoblade 3 direct analysis. That is a wordful, but either way, it's happened. 20 minutes have gone by, and now we get to do what YouTube normally does, and that's break down each and every individual screen and screenshot, and we get to just chat. And luckily, I have people with me. Of course, I'm Lightning.
I'm Alice.
But it's not just us two that are watching this alongside. Nope, we have a special guest, so if you would like to say hi and tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
What's up, you brats? My name is Nexus. I'm the most elite gamer in the world. No. My name is Nexus. I do a lot of streaming and everything. Well, haven't been able to because I've been taking care of family matters for the past 2 months. But that's a different thing. But no, I've been a big fan of Xenoblade for quite a long time and everything, and I'm really anticipating Xenoblade 3. How are they gonna continue the story that 2 and 1? How are they gonna connect those two games in the future? That's the one thing that's really making me curious about it. They're laying it out, but there's still a lot of mystery to the game, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything is connected.
Well, hopefully in the future we'll see how it's all connected. But until then, it's a JRPG. There's gonna be so much to take in, play, and experience, and hopefully this direct will give us many answers as well as many other questions. So, with that said, without further ado, let's get on to it, and this is coming from the Nintendo UK version of the Direct. There are some minor, and I do mean minor differences, but we'll get to those when we do. But until then, we're all ready to go. So, let's start off.
Dang it, not Peggy 18.
No, god damn it.
So they start off in the movie theater, or just a theater in general, which
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Yeah, this is not the first time we have seen something like this. Of course, we've had the theatre in Uriah in Xenoblade 2, but it definitely indicates a connection to the real world aesthetics.
Here, but you've
Yeah.
nothing to show for it, D.
Oh, spare me, P.
And of course, with that, we get a first look at the guy from the Wild Ride trailer. And one thing that I just wanted to talk about these characters right here, their headgear. It definitely gives off animal sort of mythological motifs. Like the guy on the right, for example, he definitely looks to have a crow or a raven or some kind of bird headgear as well.
I would say owls.
Maybe.
I believe it's my turn next.
Honestly,
That one with the one with all those branches on them.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a Medusa head, if you're looking.
Yeah, definitely. Medusa, sort of because Ouroboros is definitely picking from mythology and whatnot, so hey, Medusa's right along with it. And also one thing, I do like how they all have similar necklaces, or a core crystal of some kind. So again,
you did
definitely
stop its
callbacks.
raging flow. It will soon burst through.
Well then, let us.
And now we get to possibly a new antagonist for the game, and even though the shots are a little bit obscured, I don't know what it is.
The flow brings them this time.
I just get Sephiroth vibes from this guy, but hey ho.
Do you think he's gonna have a long sword?
Maybe.
Maybe. Will he stab someone? That's the question.
We each have a lifespan of 10
From
years.
the sky.
We call them terms. Life
While
begins
someone's
with our
praying.
first term and ends at the close of our 10th.
But anyway, though, we get shots of war as well, and if you listen closely, you'll get our first edition of the first vocal theme we hear in Xenoblade 3. And for what you can hear, it's not Jen Bird from Xenoblade 2, and it's not Sarah from Xenoblade 1, or even any of the vocalists from X. So this is an entirely new vocalist. And for me, it's a minor thing, but I just like how Monolith just picks obscure artists and just puts them into a big game like this.
About what I can achieve.
That's another thing too. Apparently across all the directs,
What I
because
leave
I was
behind.
just watching them as they were, you know, I was just watching them, just to make sure like nothing was disconnected or anything. Apparently, the same English theme is shared across all the directs, so
Including Japan.
yeah, and
Japanese.
including the Japan one, yeah.
That is awesome.
Tomorrow and the tremors are back. Will I see the same faces when I wake? Will I even be around to see them?
And it just makes me wonder, what role is that song going to be playing in the game? Is it going to be something like Drifting Soul? Is it going to be the credits theme? Who knows? And now we get to something which is an interesting shot here. We see another one of the red guys, and of course, he seems like a bit of a head honcho because he's sitting at a desk. He must be important.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just noticed something. The symbol above him.
Yeah, where have we seen that on which character?
I'm pretty sure that's the Keys symbol.
I believe you're right because we see it on Lanz's coat.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder, are these like, because later on in the direct they're referred to as the council. So it
Yes.
makes you wonder, like, are certain council members responsible for keeping watch over others and everything?
Possibly.
Or like the warring sides?
There are some theories I have here, but we'll get to that when we get to a little bit later on in
This world
the
Yeah.
trailer.
You must be erased.
These soldiers will nourish me.
And of course, we see the first instance of what war has an impact here, because we see soldiers dropping dead really quick, absorbing their energy, kind of like Zanza
Yeah.
from the original Xenoblade.
Stop toying with everyone's lives!
And this one shot is intriguing because I'm going to assume this is either the end of a boss fight or just kind of revelation of sorts. Because unlike the original Xenoblade, once Aoife or someone dies, they go into the sky and you could hardly absorb it. This one though is being absorbed but also being released. So it's weird how they are able to maintain the energy, I suppose. Just random thoughts here.
You gave us a choice. The choice not to fight.
And there we are. As just we saw, there's lands with the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these things are connected.
And you made it true.
That mark there.
And this is the first time officially we are seeing what these marks are. And a few videos ago, Alice, you got it right on the dot.
Well, I didn't get it right. A Reddit
10th
post
term.
did.
Well, either way, we get
3 months left. Then about
What's that mark on I'm sorry, I just noticed the mark on whatchamacallit, Vandom's eye patch.
no. Well, of course, him being Vandom, he has an X on his face because of course they all have to. And
Why would they not? But
Yeah, one thing to note, the voice of this guy, it sounds eerily similar to Xenoblade 2's Vandom.
that's because it is.
Yeah, looks the same, so honestly,
Looks the same, talks the same.
has the same
It makes
hairdo.
you wonder. It makes you wonder, like, what is going on within this game?
You see, now here's the thing, here's the theory I have. when someone dies, maybe their ether gets absorbed somewhere and copies are made. Mm-hmm. Because keep in mind, especially with Rex's world, they're all technically artificial data.
Yeah, or it's like you mentioned, how these are all artificial people, and maybe the Xenoblade 2 Vandom got, like, well, like you said, stored in a database, and kind of like in Xenoblade X.
What if they are collective consciousness being maintained in a life hold? Ooh, theories.
About right.
3
It'd
more
be very
months,
interesting.
Yeah.
and then I'll be gone from this world.
And we get the premise of Mio. She has 3 months left on her time. But now, here is one of the big things I want to take note of. This room could mean a myriad of things. Something we talked about, all 3 of us, was this room either looks like High Entry Tomb, the life hold from X, or something different.
The conduit room.
I don't know. It just looks... Well, of course, it's really big. It's really important. So I'm going to love to see what this room has in store for us.
Yeah. And as the trailer progresses, we get to see that there's actual people within these pods and everything.
Yep.
So
and
that's what really makes me think that it looks eerily similar to the life hold. Are they
Yeah.
like... And that goes back to the beginning of the trailer. They were talking about how their lifespans were only 10 years and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings up another thing that we talked about a while back. They must be artificially, like, making these people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like, because there's no way, like, someone at 10 years can look like, what, an 18-year-old or something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have.
And I just love this shot of just like a child just happily accepting death. It's like, I'm getting squashed. No bother.
I'm in danger.
Pretty much.
To bring peace
The Ralph Wiggum of Xenoblade 3, apparently.
and to set the world.
Either that or he's just
Take a
sweet
look around.
release.
Think about how many lives it's cost.
And this is an intriguing shot here because we see an Ouroboros fighting what initially we thought was like a titan of some kind. Maybe.
Gramps.
That's a dragon.
Yeah, so it seems like dragon types are coming back. And you know what? This makes me excited and fills me with dread at the exact same time.
To death.
Yeah. The Avalanche Abbey will return just like the Rot Bart, and I couldn't be happier.
This is
I
Doesn't
guess.
sound too happy.
No, wait.
No, I'm fine. I love the Abbey. Oh, God, how I love it.
Live
It's better than the Mechon.
and learn.
Maybe.
So don't
know.
give up yet.
And one quick thing we see there is we do know that we get to visit that life hold room in some way, shape, or form, because we get to see Senna in that room. So, is this like a final part of the game, possibly end game, or who
This
knows?
will buy you some extra time. Use it. Stop this. I don't want any of your time.
If the world holds our lives back, I will end it.
These are our lives here.
Oh, that's another interesting thing. Going back to Noah's knuckles.
Yeah,
They're bloody for whatever reason.
And
whether
learn.
he's fighting or having
So
blood
don't
on his
give up
hands
yet.
for something.
This will buy
Who
you some
knows?
extra time. Use it.
I think it might be like he's holding like someone's life that was lost or something like that. Like someone who died on like a battlefield or something.
Maybe.
Like
And
it can make sense.
Yeah, one thing I want to take note of one line that Mio says here. I don't want any of your time. Indicating someone is able to give Mio more time by sacrificing theirs?
I don't know. I mean,
If the world holds
thinking
our lives
about
back,
it,
I will end it.
These are
I mean,
our
thinking
lives.
about it, going back to the initial trailer, there was that one line where that woman says, "Strange, isn't it? All that time you've got."
Yeah.
So lifespans are gonna like play. Well, obviously the game is centered around life, but like time left in the lifespan. How like I have a feeling that's gonna be a key part into the story.
And I can imagine it's either going to have a plot twist or a solution to someone's problem.
Perhaps.
And a nice shot of what I can only assume to be a boss of some kind of makes me feel like it's a dragon mixed with Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Imagine that's Metalface without the mask.
Oh god.
Oh.
This is my skin ripped off, and now I'm internally suffering.
They're not some toys you can just play with.
And there we are, a title, and this, as Nexus referred to, is what is officially
Many have
called a
tried.
Passage of Fate
But none have ever managed to escape
Yeah.
its flow.
Now, we also get another motif of one of the characters from the Council, and it looks to be like a butterfly of some sort.
It is fate.
Let me see if I can just find that
Many
again.
have tried. But none have ever managed to escape its...
Yep, sure enough. There is symbolism here. And of course we see an Ouroboros
What is it
symbol
they need
in
to stay
his
alive?
eyes.
Water? Food?
This one,
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct.
this when your trailer officially starts, and just like the original Xenoblade, it starts with a sweeping shot of war. Because, you know, happy times.
Taking each other's lives.
And someone
Taking
dying.
flames to
Yep,
become
someone
gas
dying,
in
as
fact.
well as their energy being absorbed into an
The
opposing...
flame block.
Is the world of Ionios.
Yeah, an opposing machine. Now here's the thing I'm curious about, because we see someone dying and we see the
nations of
energy being
Tethys and
taken.
Agnes, and
Also, by the way, I'm just gonna take it back for a second, just listen to that particular delivery.
This is the world of Ionios. The nations of Kevis and Agnes.
It bugs the hell out of me. We have been saying Keeves for the longest time, but apparently no, it's Kevis.
We don't know if that's correct or if that's just like the narrator, because I've heard of in the tree houses they call this game Xenoblade.
Well, here's the thing. The maker of the GIF calls it GIF and he's still bloody wrong.
And their grisly conflict stand in contrast to its natural splendor. All this killing for the sake of filling one's own flame clock.
Yep, and there we have, as Nexus mentioned, the flame clock.
Yeah,
What?
and I remember, like, a while back, everyone, towards the end of the first trailer, there's this one line that Mia said, or Mio, excuse me. She says, the flame clock, it has to go, but some people thought that might have been what she said, but they couldn't, like, be exactly sure. Some people even thought that she said the blade clock. Take, for example, Chugga Conroy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's good to know that we have some closure on that. Like, this is an actual flame clock.
Indeed.
And I guess it's like these flame clocks like actually collect the souls, or I guess the ether of all the departed in these wars.
And here's the thing, because I have a theory, like, this is absorbing energy, but from who? Is it absorbing from just anyone who dies on the battlefield? The same side they're on? Or could it be absorbing the opposing side? I don't know. It's just a weird idea.
That's actually something I didn't consider.
Yeah, because I would find it highly suspicious, like, if one side was just absorbing the other side's fallen. It's like, why?
Yeah.
From the moment of birth, fighting is all the people.
And this is a nice shot in which we get to see the characters.
Kids!
Yeah, kids being signed up for war, and and also a funny thing, you can tell which characters are more important because the characters who are important, they don't have helmets. The others, fodder. They're like the red.
Oh, wait a second. I just realized. The kid with the green hair.
Yeah, he die. He gets crushed.
Nice.
He's gonna be fine, I'm sure.
Listen, all they just need to do is put a bandage on him, maybe some duct tape. He'll just be all dandy.
It's like, yes, it's like, yeah, sure, I miraculously survived because Japan.
And there's plenty of
What
high
Ionios
and
learned.
Machina as well.
Their fate leads to everyone's destruction.
And of course,
Their
see the young
lifespans-
kids training and whatnot. But here's the one little detail that I am curious on, and something that pretty much, I guess, rubs me the wrong way, but in
All
a
the
good
people
way,
of
if that makes any
Ionios
sense.
learn.
Let me just
Their
let the trailer
fate
play out.
leads to everyone's destruction. Their lifespans are a mere 10 years. Surviving on the battlefield, fulfilling that 10-year lifespan of service, and receiving a homecoming ceremony in front of their queen is the highest honor.
See, now we
That's
get...
one-
Yeah, go on.
I was just saying, that's interesting because seeing as how the councilman was just passing her, is this person that's quote unquote Milia like really the one in charge of the nation, or is this council member of this council, you know, like telling her, hey, this is what you should do, or something like that?
It would not be the first time that we've seen a royal family in Xenoblade be used for a higher purpose, especially when it comes to Hyentia. And
Yeah.
And with this, we also get context on the sort of cycle that these people go through. They are created, they fight for war, and if they survive the war, then they return home only to die anyway. Again, when you look at it that way, that's a messed up cycle, and seeing how it's Melia, quote unquote Melia, yeah, something tells me, nah, that's not what a Melia would do.
No.
But still, though, it is a nice bit of world building, even if it's in a morbid sense.
However, many never receive this honor, as they fall in battle. Their souls evaporating into the beyond, as the melody of the Offseers plays.
A life sent on.
Yeah.
In today's presentation, we'll introduce the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and follow the main character's adventures.
And this is where the direct finally kicks off, and we have a lot of things we've already seen before, but in a new shade of light.
Countless comrades have lost their lives thanks to this filth.
What do you think it's like for us?
I don't know why. I just love the notion that Lance has a freaking turret.
What do you think it's
Like,
like
screw
for
it, it's
us?
also a sun. it's a gun, but also a sword.
Losing friend
It's a gun,
after
it's a
friend.
sword, it's a shield, it's anything you
Steal
want it to
everything
be.
from us.
It could be nunchucks if I wanted. If I
6
wanted to be.
soldiers, 3 from Kevis and 3 from Agnes, were commissioned to
It could
take
be a
part
tree
in
for all
special
I
mission.
care.
Both parties, filled with mutual hatred, draw their weapons at first, but when they encounter a mysterious figure, they shelve their distrust and resolve to work together.
Because
So, as Vandam hates fighting.
Now, kids,
And
Make your
apparently
own.
Vandam punches ground real hard.
they'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly.
Vandam says,
without
make your own
rest.
war.
There's one place that might give you a chance. Sword March. The land pierced by a great sword.
You think we're gonna get a look at Galahad Fortress?
Yeah, maybe. Because it is...
mean-
yeah, go on.
I'm just saying, because like the sword is vertical, but the thing is that would they have to climb up to it?
I mean, let's face it, Xenoblade 2 had Elysium. Looks like we gotta climb a sword again.
Sword Valley is our Elysium.
It's Sword Mountain.
Sword Mountain.
It is the sword tree. So yeah, honestly, and if that is our overall destination, it honestly wouldn't shock me if we get a few Easter eggs or a few places we have already seen before.
Do you think
Oh,
we'll fight
city.
Mechon? Like, kind of like, you know how like on the Mechonist's hand, like there was all those you know, like prototype Mechon or barely functioning Mechon.
It wouldn't shock me.
Defeat the real enemy and restore the world to order.
This story focuses on these 6 characters.
This is what we're meant to do. To send on the voices of the departed is an Offseer's purpose.
Ready, he says. From the moment I chose this muddy path, I've been more than ready.
The spark you on about? I'm not.
Also, we have to talk about that because I feel like that is their cute way of censoring. What the spark are you on about?
Yeah. I mean, then again, back in the first trailer, Uni said, "How can I lie me so snuffing little to you?"
Yeah.
So it's their cute way, because maybe they decided to tone things down after Xenoblade 2, which I feel like is really weird.
Oh, Titan's foot!
Ah, Shaidu gave that damn order.
I thought about this a lot.
I just hope we get someone like Malos again.
Oh yeah, Malos with the same voice acting prowess? Yes, please.
If anything, we should be questioning all that we've thought to be true. Differences are all a matter of perspective.
The truth is, she's terrified. She needs someone to tell her that everything will be all right.
Now fugitives of both Kevus and Agnes, these fate-defying hopefuls journey to learn the truths of their world.
Everything's a simulation.
And it is a lie.
To convey the Queen's directives to the colonies.
Napons are a lie. They're not real. They're just figments of our imagination.
Don't tell me that.
But
Napon are real, damn it.
orders are the same, it means.
And here we get a first little bit of what I feel like the council is not most trustworthy. I mean, for God's sake, if a guy just walked into your tent with that face and those eyes, I would say, yep, I can trust you.
I suspect they may be more deeply involved than we thought. With the reason why we fight.
Yep.
And now is that their mouth that looks like a grin, or is that just a part of the armor?
I think that's just a part of their armor, to be honest. But just the way that it looks is...
It's like, yeah, you can trust me. I am definitely here to help you.
And here,
Forgot.
Someone take this image and turn it into a meme.
I mean, I'm just thinking of other games that have had this type of imagery, like Devil May Cry, Knights, like Red Jesters. Oh yeah, sure, they are absolutely trustworthy.
Deciding our fate.
Our fate.
In a boundless world, in a boundless sea.
Cloaked in a boundless sky.
Hot. Keep it together now, Mimi.
I don't know why. I just like hearing those two go. Oh, it's okay, Mimi. You're okay. Again, it's cute.
Look there.
They're charming. I'm going to enjoy
It's
seeing
water.
seeing these two
oasis.
interact.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but I feel like that shimmer effect looks better than it has any right to be on a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
water.
Let's just hope it's not a mirage.
And I did say that earlier.
Indeed. I mean, the fact it's part of the world, maybe. And we get one of a real good look on how big this world is. Like, for example, that I'm hoping that we can go from this ground level to the mountain tops up there.
Yeah.
Ionios
But then
is
again,
host to
with
various
Xenoblade, like,
landscapes,
oh my
all
god, wait,
filled-
hold on! That was that's a mix of the Bionis Lake.
Ionios is host.
Right there.
Yep, sure, look at that. Bionis arches
Oh my
with
God.
Uriah, with Uriah in the
all
background.
filled.
And just look at
Oh
this
my God.
expansive environment with caves and everything else to boot.
With surreal geography to explore and diverse wildlife to encounter.
We've got to just have a look at all of these environments, dude.
Ionios is host
They're
to
big,
various
expansive,
landscapes,
Easter eggy,
all filled
and
with
just
surreal
there's
geography
just a vastness and definitely
to
varied as
explore
well.
and diverse.
Now here's my question: Is that something akin to Alchemoth?
Yeah, because I'm seeing what looks like a Bionis horn in the background.
And what looks to be on top of the structure, something like an Hoshido temple of Japanese variety.
I think that's more along the lines of Agnes's capital, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. And this place right here, I mean, for God's sake, I can see many places in this one screenshot. I can see Vag Mountain with the droplets, I can see Magna Forest, as well as the Hidden Valley in Future Connected that led to the quarry.
I'm not sure, but when I look at this, it kind of reminds me of Civilum from, I mean, without the snow, but it reminds me eerily of Civalium from Xenoblade X.
Or the Weeping Whitewood in Noctilum.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, many Easter eggs. And so many happy faces to greet us.
Inhabit. The wild creatures.
We get to see bunnets, frogles
from
flying.
docile
Again,
to dangerous.
places that look eerily similar to the Gormott areas. And this is a particular mechanic here that we all get to see later on. Also, one question. What is that little glimmer of light up top here? I wonder. Yep, here we go. Now, this will be alluded to later on in the game, on this particular video.
Correct.
But here we get to see animals fighting other animals in a natural environment. And for me, that is a cool way to make this game seem more organic and just possibly nice grinding spots.
Uh-huh.
If you want to just attack people in mass, by all means.
Great Sword's base.
Yep. So this must mean we are pretty much close to the Mechonis Sword.
Some creatures.
And of course, Phallic Mountain area.
Yes.
And
There he is.
This
big boy.
Make no secret.
A returning
Big
monster from from some Xenoblade games.
Gogol's Tree.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Are we gonna get every single grey Gogol we have ever seen? And also, look at the mini-map here. It pretty much looks similar to how the Gonzales was in the original.
Oh my.
Small bridge. Small island.
Yeah.
Of their ferocious tendencies.
Again, it's minor things, but it's just that little. It's just a little attention to detail that I love.
You'll also encounter the soldiers of Kevis and Agnes.
And again, this is what I was referring to. Not only do you get to see animals fighting each other, but different sides. And it is pretty intriguing how we're fugitives of both sides.
Who continue to fight.
I have a feeling, because of that icon, it shows where enemies or
serve as the
creatures are fighting with one another.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can go into it, but
You'll
it's probably
also
not
encounter the
recommended
soldiers
since you're
of Kevis
too
and Agnes.
outnumbered.
I am going to assume that both sides turn against you. So,
Yeah,
that'd
like
be great.
it'll kind of be like a three-sided fight or something.
Yeah.
And you know what? That can be intriguing. You can just have both sides weaken each other, and then just take it from there.
Who continue to fight
This can
throughout the land.
this can either be really good or really bad.
Colonies serve as the base camp for both nations.
And now this is a question I have here, because again, we're fugitives of both sides.
At the heart of each
The colonies, I
colony is a
assume, know
fortress.
we are
These are mobile
not
bases and
the
devastating weapons
most
of war.
close.
Yeah.
But still, though, we
Wait,
have go
Only
on.
9 barracks?
Yeah, barracks. Colony 9 is back. There's Colony 4 as well as many others. Also one thing to note. This icon here on the right hand side. What is that? Is that something akin to the flame clock?
I have a feeling that's that shows how full the flame clock of this camp is.
So, are these clocks on the time limit? Oh god, is it like high enter all over again?
The way that I think flame clocks work is that they gotta absorb the souls of the fallen in order to be used as a weapon.
Right, to kill
So it's
everyone
not
who
on like a
died.
time limit. It's just more absorbing, and once it's more of a way to collect souls and energy, you know?
Ah yes, collecting souls. My favorite pastime in Xenoblade.
seek out these colonies to shop.
And again, bog standard shop. The rarity system from Xenoblade 2 is back.
I think some of the items themselves look like Xenoblade 2, like the chrome scarf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the
sure.
rainbow gloves.
Silver necklace. They are things that we've seen from Xenoblade. And also, if we wanted to look up top here, these little icons. Specialized currency? Because they look to be something akin to like Nopon coins?
Yeah.
But either way, get to see who is equipable, what boons they have.
Dine.
Dine. And we get to see, okay, that's not the most flattering image of Uni, but I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know residents and more.
And this is one thing I am so happy to have. We get the affinities.
Yeah.
We get the affinity tree from the original Xenoblade coming back, and for me, this was the best system it's been done. Because X, I feel like, was a bit considering how and how big X was. Yeah.
Also, Meep.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Meep.
Heart Meep.
That's another thing. While we can't see it in this direct per se, as I was watching the other direct, I noticed that on their affinity chart, there's a couple of Nopons to the right side that they show that they don't show in the U.S. or the American one.
Yeah, I am
sorry.
showing. It's okay.
Sorry, it's a little bit lower, but
hey,
yeah, there's these 4 Nopons on the right-hand side.
I'm showing that here right now, even though it technically is not coming up on Discord.
No, I could see it. It's just really interesting seeing that there's like, it's probably taken from a later point in the game or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just weird that they did something like that. I don't know.
Also at the bottom, Collectopedia, that comes back too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wait, what?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, I didn't even see the Collectopedia.
Yeah.
Collectopedia right there. show basic profiles, show wanted items, so that'll be good for side quests and whatnot.
Show wanted items.
Also, one little thing that I love is that with each character, well, not everyone, but they have specific icons on top of them. I'm gonna guess that means the character has intel to teach us. So one of the things that I feel like they could have done better with the original Xenoblade is give you a better idea on when to talk to another character in order to get an update.
I have a feeling that it's either going to be intel or like things that you need to talk to, because I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to say it in a little bit, but as you it's probably an icon that you could get information from this, so that when you talk to your party members, you guys can start a quest based on the information you got from them.
Oh, yeah.
Get a glimpse of the lives of Noah and his friends at these rest spots, founding colonies and throughout the world.
And I don't know why, I just love those little animations. They're so good.
Brisky, breezy, toasty. That's so British.
It is indeed. But I love this because we actually get to see food being modeled, and I don't know what it is. I just like seeing when developers just model their own food.
Use collected materials to cook.
Too bad we don't see it get cooked.
Or eaten.
Yep.
Craft gems to strengthen your abilities.
Ah, so now we get to see a bit of context of what these currencies are. I'm assuming each time we recraft, it costs 1 Nopon coin. So
yeah, because I can imagine Manana would like to be paid for her work.
I mean, yes, she is Nopon after all.
Looks good to me.
Or Riku.
And this is another thing which we were talking about, in which we can get intel from NPCs, and we can discuss it with the characters we have.
To take on new quests.
Now, granted, one of the things I do feel like is there's a bit of a shame that these things aren't voice acted, but again, it's a little nitpick.
Explore every corner of these fields as you seek out new encounters.
Now this. Oh man, if this is not like a rare or secret area, I don't know what would be, because look at the amount that you can see. If this was not inspired by Breath of the Wild, which Monolith had a hand in developing, mind you, I don't know what is.
Scenery.
Those are the fingers of the hand.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Now here's a weird
Valuable
thing, we get a supply drop.
Items.
So are these like the chests you find randomly from Xenoblade 2, or is this just mission based?
I have a feeling that the supply drops are kind of similar to the chests in 2, but maybe they're much more obscure and like, I guess like you need to like call in it, because the thing is that they are called supply drops, so
we gotta call it in.
Valuable items. And ferocious monsters.
And we get to see unique monsters
Enjoy
and boss
the world
fights,
and
so
fulfill your
great.
wanderlust at your own pace.
And since there's so many ways in which you can get around, I'm gonna love seeing the amount of exploring you can do.
Yeah.
Locations you visit
this
are
area
seen
right
as-
here, though, this is what caught me really off guard, because I'm not sure about you guys, but this, oddly enough, reminds me of the land of Mortha.
Indeed, it's got the skyscrapers, it's got the voids. Honestly, the land of Mortha is a place I wish we got a bit more context on. So hopefully this is us being able to amend that. And also, as we pointed out in another video, with the location here, High Macfa Wildwood. Now this is a mix of the woods from Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. So they're definitely combining things here.
Landmarks that you can quickly select and travel to, which
Fast
makes
travel.
traversing this giant world more manageable.
Now, when I first saw this, I asked a question, and I'm gonna ask it again.
Giant world more manageable.
Is that transition real? Or is it just like a quick cut to amend loading times?
I think it's a quick cut. Just go back a little
The locations
second.
you visit
Will
are
do.
saved as
Keep
landmarks that you
keep
can
an eye on
quickly
how.
select and travel to,
Keep an eye
which
on
makes
how.
traversing this giant world more manageable.
Oh yeah, there's a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a swipe transition.
Mm-hmm.
Although it does pan up perfectly, like the
That you
location
can
you
quickly
go
select
to.
and travel to.
If you look carefully on the mini map, they do end up at that location that they show right there.
Yeah.
This
I mean, this is on the Switch, and it's not a powerhouse of any description.
Yeah.
But oh no.
Another thing I noticed is like you could fast travel at certain fast travel and change the time in the menu as well.
Yeah,
which
that
is really interesting.
That is something I love, because it just cuts out busy work.
I also noticed in the
Another
bottom
thing
right.
I noticed on the map just now, though, was that the fact that you can actually place markers on the map. Probably a first for the Xenoblade series, if I am correct.
And you can also activate icon filters. So if you just want to search for unique monsters or anything else, hey, it's there.
Which makes traversing this
They're
giant
putting in a lot of
world
work
more
for some
manageable.
menial things, but I still love it to death.
Auto
By
saving's a
enabling a
thing.
navigation
Oh, yeah.
feature, you can set a
And similar to what we had with, well, in previous Xenoblade games, we have sort of like a follow ball mechanic,
course
but
for your next
it sort of makes
destination
more
without
sense
fear
in the Xenoblade world.
losing your way.
I just have a bigger question.
Shoot.
Ever since Xenoblade X, we've always had an auto run feature. Like, I think with X, like, it had to be a certain button combination. I know with Definitive
makes
Edition,
traversing this
it was like
giant
a
world
press of
more
what
manageable.
down on the D-pad, and then 2 was another button combination. But it just makes me wonder: will 3 also carry on that auto run feature?
By enabling
I have to
Probably,
imagine
but-
so. And also,
Yeah, it was just-
yeah, go on.
No, I'm just saying it would be weird if they had it in all these other games, but they just decided to skip it out on this one.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm looking at the top right here, Danag Desert.
I was just about to ask that. Isn't that the Torna Desert?
That is.
Oh, hold on.
That
Danag
is.
Desert.
It's either something extremely similar or that is word for word Danag.
Because because we're playing Torna right now, and it definitely looks familiar.
It's Danag Desert.
Yeah. This is not a coincidence.
But Torna fell though.
Alternate world, or maybe it's somewhere like old life goes. You never know.
This is really interesting.
That is.
You can set a course for your next destination without fear of losing your
Also, Tefra Cave,
way.
maybe.
There are plenty of other features that will help
And
you
this
on
is
your
something I
adventure.
love. I love the fact that you can change time. No magical, mystical time traveling benches from Xenoblade X. Looks fantastic. And also, I don't know why, I just love the little UI here.
Such
It's
as
very
the
charming.
ability to change the time of day to encounter monsters that only appear at specific times.
And confirm day and night monsters. Sunset vistas. Love it in Xenoblade games.
Yeah.
Hero! Oh, no. I thought it
Nope.
was Heroes.
We're battling it out
I'm
before.
getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
For me. Uni!
Cover fire! Leave it to me!
Tyon! Senna! We need you too!
Understood.
Just say when, guys!
Thanks, everyone.
When?
I'll count down from 3.
Say when. I don't know.
3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Draw your weapon when encountering an enemy to seamlessly enter battle. Make your approach to attack automatically. Then,
Oh, that's another thing I
harness
just
powerful
I
abilities.
forgot to mention. If you look at the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you actually see there's some kind of icon up there. I managed to piece together that actually shows how many enemies are targeting you within the battle,
Indeed.
based on
Arts
what
have a
we later
variety
see
of
on
effects.
into the direct.
Some can throw opponents off balance. Inflict more damage based on where you attack
we've seen
from,
break, topple, and area mechanics.
or heal allies.
I've also
to name
seen
a few.
I also seen the daze mechanic within this game too. So
Yep.
both combos are within this game's data.
It's all coming back.
Each art is assigned to a button,
Indeed.
making them simple and easy to execute.
I also
Each
noticed purple numbers, so that probably means
Character
Spike's
takes on
back.
a specific role
Oh,
during
yeah.
battle.
The greatest enemy mechanic in the game.
Damaging
Indeed.
And also, one nice thing that's noticed is that, again, Kevis and Agnes has different UIs and arts actually charge differently depending on who you play as. Because for those of you who don't know the side from Kevis, they charge over time on their own. However, on Agnes's side, you have to auto-attack in order to charge up your arts.
enemies.
Oh.
Yep, so it is bringing back both
Defenders
both
block
combat
enemy attacks
both
and draw
combat
their aggro.
mechanics.
Interesting.
And healers can restore HP to keep you in fighting shape. Each character playing their role
Because
effectively
with the
is a
Kevis
key
side,
point to
their
battle.
arts are circles,
freely swap
but
the character you control at any
Agnes's squares.
Yeah. Now this actually brings up a fair question. Thinking
String
about it,
together
like
arts to activate a combo and gain an
Xenoblade 1
advantage.
and Xenoblade 2's combat
the enemy
system when
off
it comes to
balance.
auto attacks,
Knock
it's
them to
very
the ground.
different.
Yes.
Launch them into the air,
Because,
then smash them down.
The Xenoblade 1,
Stringing together
you
successful
can auto attack
combos
while
is
moving,
quite satisfying.
but with 2, you can only
you can link
attack
multiple arts with stunning chain attacks
while you're
to
standing
devastate.
still. And with 2's combat system, people kind of found a way to
Then
kind of charge up
smash
their
them down.
attacks.
Stringing together
You know,
successful
like
combos
just
is
by doing
quite
small steps
satisfying.
to charge up their arts and everything.
You
Oh
can
yeah,
link
People
stutter
found a way
stepping.
to, yeah, the stutter stepping. Yeah, like I figured that one out myself too. Like,
arts
but
with stunning
it just seems interesting. Like, which one will they incorporate? Like, will they incorporate both of those into this game, or will they just incorporate the stutter stepping or something? I don't know.
I have to imagine that they'll try and compromise and do a mix of both. But I guess we'll have to remain unsure until we actually play the game, I suppose.
Yep, time will tell.
And chain orders. This is something that I kind of like, because it's building upon chain attacks apart from just, hey, you attack in turn and, you know, the enemy can't do shite.
Yep.
Chain attacks to devastate enemies.
And I love the fact that you can choose the effect it
Deal
has, which
heaps
is
of damage
pretty
at once,
brilliant.
And let nothing stand in your way.
This kind of sounds like Advance.
Advance? As in,
Yeah,
like,
the song.
I can understand
Multiple
that.
arts with stunning chain attacks to devastate enemies.
And this is all...
Bombshell Blitz.
Yeah.
Deal heaps of damage at once.
I also
let
feel like this is
nothing
the game's
stand in your
attempt
way.
in bringing in blade combos.
Blade combo, 3rd stage.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
Classes galore.
What is it?
An icon just popped up over your head. Yours seems to be...
The icon that appears
only
over her
one
head is
enough
just
love.
troll face.
Hello.
He's lit up like a sparking light bulb.
And also, I stole your clothes. That's not creepy at all.
I've never used this kind of blade before, but all the techniques I can use with it are...
And this, to me, this is a nice little detail that, so if you're really nitpicky in Xenoblade 2, it sort of amends it.
Flashing before my eyes.
This kind of implies that Noah immediately gains Mio's memories of how to use the weapons, so it's natural to think that Noah would know how to use it from that, as opposed to Xenoblade 2, in which you get the weapons for the first time and think, I can use this.
Oh, that's incredible!
It is.
Logged.
Huh? He's lit up like a sparking light bulb.
I've never used this kind of blade before, but all the techniques I can use with it are flashing before my eyes.
Some people are gonna have fun with this.
Each character in your party has
Our coats are
a
interchangeable.
class that influences how they battle.
Don't know how this is even working, but cool.
I feel like that line is indicative to a lot of people's reactions. I don't know how any of this works, but it looks cool.
Each class has its own attributes.
So based on
Sword fighter.
Senna, so based on Senna's
Lead the
jacket
fight
and
with this
Noah's
well-balanced
jacket,
attacker class.
which one are you guys gonna go for? Bloods or Crips?
Zephyr.
For me,
Evade
it's gotta be
attacks and
crits.
unleash powerful counters.
I'm an attacker. I like to go all out.
Restore allies' HP and strengthen their abilities from a position of safety.
And of course we can heal. Pretty much nothing we've ever
Tactician.
seen before.
Disrupt enemies and support allies using paper talismans called Mondo. Heavy guard.
Yes, give them all paper
Wield
cuts.
massive
Yes.
weapons to defend allies.
I'm
and
healing
draw
by
enemy
giving you
aggro.
minor cuts.
Ogre.
Now for me, I don't know what it is, just this word, ogre, being applied to her. We have this backdrop. It's like, ignore everything you're seeing right now. She is an ogre.
Crush
Can we
enemy
just
defenses
replace her
with
and just put
massive
Fiona over her? Fiona from Shrek. At
Maybe.
least that one would make
Your
sense.
class can
That
also
was a
be
new enemy
changed to
type.
match that
That
of your
was indeed. Let's
Wield
go back and
massive
see
weapons to
that.
defend allies and draw enemy aggro. Crush enemy defenses with
And that's
massive power.
Amoni.
Amoni. Probably an anemone.
Anemone.
M&Ms. Yes, M&Ms.
Your class can
We're
also
beating
be
up
changed
M&Ms.
to match that of your ally.
Then of course
Spend time
Igna's
learning
coming back.
multiple
Great.
classes for a well-rounded team. Experience earned on the battlefield increases your class rank and lets you learn Master Arts, a set of beneficial arts that can be...
And if I just want to go back for a second, we get the first look at what the enemy drops look like. For me, that is awesome. It's akin to Xenoblade 2 does it.
2's drops, yeah.
Lets you learn Master Arts, a set of beneficial arts that can be...
And this is something I love. The fact that you are seeing a sword, as in like an attacker, but still having guard and healing moves.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can just be like a jack of all trades, like I'm going to attack with one art, defend with another, and then heal with another, this can potentially be game breaking.
Yeah.
Like I can be a tank, I can be a healer, and I can be an attacker at the same time. With totally no drawbacks at all, I'm sure.
Be added to a different class.
Can I be a god?
You'll have to die eventually in Xenoblade, but yes.
Even your defender can take a moment to heal their allies.
Mia with a gun.
The more arts and combat strategies you wield, the
It's just like,
easier
it's the
it'll be
same
to
feeling
blaze
as
through
Joker and
battles.
Smash. No, Kirby just has gun.
Yeah. And Joker has gun.
Also, by combining compatible arts, you can unleash fusion art attacks.
And dude, the fact that you can fuse with every art, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Now it makes me wonder if these
pretty awesome.
It makes me wonder if these are set combinations, like White Slash can only go with Sword Strike and so on and so forth, or if it just whatever arts are in those slots.
I have a feeling it's the latter.
Combine the effects of two arts into one.
But dude, yeah, just on this, the fact we have tactics, Ouroboros, the arts here, your normal ones, and then art fusions, and then chain attacks. It's like, Jesus Christ, there's so much to go through in this combat.
Yeah.
If you actually look at it carefully, if you could go back real quick.
Will do.
With Master
It
Arts,
looks like
even your defender can take a moment to
it looks
heal
like
their
these
allies.
master arts are based off of
The more arts and combat
because if you
strategies
look at it
wield,
carefully,
the easier it'll be
look at the
to
art
blaze-
menu. On the one side, it's the blade arts or two's arts menu, and on the right it's one's art menu.
Through battle.
Yeah. Yes, you might be right. These might be the master arts, and these might be the bog standard ones,
By
but still.
combining
I also saw
compatible
Mad
arts,
Taunt.
You can unleash fusion art attacks
So
that combine
many
the
cool
effects of
callbacks.
two arts
Just give me
into one.
Berserker, Rage. Just give me Berserker, Magnum Charge, and Sword Drive, and we're set for life.
Yes, you are. And of course, here we
There
are.
we go, heroes.
The heroes.
Live fiercely, die
A new character, Ashira, who is someone we haven't seen before, but already we're seeing her fight along our side, so that's great.
That's how I want the battlefield of my life to be. It's just that as a
Baldi,
mechanic,
aka Rudy,
you can't start getting
in some
moody just because
areas.
something's broken.
Now we see real
Riku and Manana. Again, I like how Riku and Manana have stayed the same, but Valdi's called I'm not gonna retread old stuff.
I'm not sure how I feel about Riku's voice.
Just wish I wasn't such
Let's
a
just
weak
go
lady.
back and listen to that
Build
really
my
quick.
life to be. It's just that as a
Yeah,
mechanic,
it just
you can't
sounds
start
so
getting
deep
moody
for
just because
Napon.
something's broken.
Now we see real Napon potential.
Yep, definitely sounds weird.
Is that Riku?
Yeah.
Not a narrator.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's
That's
Riku's
Riku.
voice.
Wow.
Yeah, the deep voice. Yes.
It's
Yes.
like dark.
Now we see real
Now you
Napon
can see
potential.
why Manana wants to be with me. Aha.
Not for two.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
But not for two.
I can't with Riku's voice.
At least with Xenoblade 2's like deep voice Napon, they were used for comedic effect.
I legit thought that was
Yeah.
a narrator saying that.
Nope.
Just because something's broken.
Nope.
Now we see real Napon potential.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Oh my
me,
god.
me, big bro. I'd like to think that that's gonna play into a joke when they first meet Riku. I am big booming voice. Where? Oh
My
god.
My
sounds-
brother Pawn and sister Pawn are massive.
You shall fear my deep, booming voice, but when they meet Riku, it's like, what? Yes.
Do not mess with wifey Pawn.
Do not look at Noppon behind big curtain.
That's right. Maybe it's impossible for one Noppon.
But not for two.
And again,
just
new
wish it
character,
wasn't such a
Fiona.
weakling.
I'm assuming the internet is going to love her.
Can't
Demon
run
horns
away from
aside.
responsibility.
Doing the same as everyone around you.
Alexandria. Now, is she related to Ezard or not?
It's always the same outcome.
Either.
Yeah, that is another character in which we have seen previously in other trailers. It is the guy who has the blue and red eyes.
Following the playbook to the letter is hardly a strategy.
I don't think he shows up in this trailer, but he has been in previous ones.
I'm gonna have to rewatch them.
Yeah, and also, I know what it is. I love Grey. I love his design because it just
We
looks
got
so
McCree,
silly.
guys. We got McCree in Xenoblade.
Can't run away from my responsibility.
We got McCree from Overwatch
Doing
and
the same as
Xenoblade. How does that
around you.
feel?
It's
I
always the same
feel like it's
outcome.
pretty goddamn
Following
good.
The playbook to the letter is hardly a strategy.
That reminds me, McCree actually had a name change.
Yes.
Because of
Because of things going on.
Now this
What was
rips
that name
Xenoblade
change,
X.
anyways? I'm sorry.
I don't know what his name change was. But yeah, to Alice's point, this does reek of like Xenoblade X. This guy is so edgy. I just find it so funny.
And he has straight up gun.
They're getting crushed.
His voice as well. Oh god.
I'm the shadow of this game.
I'm Batman.
It sounds like
Following the
I'm
playbook
gonna be
to the
quiet. I'm
letter
gonna let
is
his voice
hardly a
play out because that sounds so fantastic.
Whoever goes up against me, they're getting crushed. They're getting crushed. Where is she?
Nice pelvic shot.
Indeed.
Brave residents of Ionios called heroes can lend their arms and aptitude to
And I
your
like how
team
we
as a
don't get any of a mention of the heroes we just saw, like Juniper. She didn't get a
Called
word in
heroes.
edgewise. This guy, he didn't get
Can
he
lend
didn't
their
get a word or
arms
him.
and aptitude to
There
your
are more
team as
heroes that they
a
aren't
seventh party
showing
member.
yet.
They haven't shown Ezer
And
Rugi.
speaking of heroes, they haven't shown us yet.
Indeed, we'll
Only
get
one
to
hero
that
at a
when
time
we
can
do.
assist on the battlefield.
Here we go. This
Right?
is a big thing. Now, keep in mind, we have checked different versions of this direct, whether it's the UK, America, or Japanese. This guy is still censored. Or girl. But still, though, the fact that we have icons of each hero, dude, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still can't believe, like, oh my god, they just decided, like, I guess there have been other cases where they just completely blurred out, like, take, for example, one of the Smash Directs back for Ultimate. They blurred out the Spirits menu or the Spirits icon for us. Or Spirits just before they announced that later on. But even so, just seeing, like, one small portion of the menu pixelated like that. I don't know. It's just...
Also, Full Metal Jaguar.
That is a class in Xenoblade X, is it not?
Yes, it's Elma's class.
It is. It is.
So, again, there's so many things to just rip apart here, but honestly, I like how each hero has their own weapon, their own rank, and also effect as well.
It's like Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I don't want to lose these guys, though. Also, I like how you can display their stats and their model viewer as well, so fans, you know what to
You can
do.
swap them out as you see fit.
Oh yeah, they actually have different classes too.
Yep.
Undying Blade, Ashura.
Heroes also bring their own classes to your team. Guardian Commander. Turn the tables with boosted abilities when things look dire. Incursor. Unleash more critical hits for higher attack power.
I'm going to get your ability as soon
War
as.
Medic. Heal party members
Bullet
and bolster
hail.
them with various buffs.
And oh, I love this artwork.
Chibies.
I don't know why. But we also get to see what classes and how far in we get. And we also get a few more hidden locked characters.
You know what I find interesting?
Shoot.
I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure it out. Apparently, Noah can't learn Senna's class. I don't see Senna on this list.
Doesn't seem like it.
That's really interesting.
Like Senna's the only Foga.
You know, that's another thing. I don't see Lance in this list too.
Yeah.
That's really odd.
Like, it is very difficult. Like, is Noah, like, too fragile that he can't become a tank?
I don't know.
Or
I mean, with some of the heroes, they are tanks right there. And technically, Mio is a tank, so I don't know. This is really bizarre.
Or this might actually just be classes that Noah has access to, so maybe during this particular screenshot, he doesn't have Senna or Lance.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems odd that, you know, like, there's some characters that are locked and everything.
Yeah.
But, like, Senna and Lance, they don't show up on this list.
Oh, I think it's because it's blocked out by the UI there.
Oh.
Because I see Lands right there.
Oh, that's... Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Damn it, UI!
Oh, my God.
We were worried.
Okay, I was worried, like, something's amiss here.
It's like, oh my God.
I guess they had to have their limitations. Meanwhile, Alice is just pointing out, no, I see Lance past the UI.
You can definitely tell who is the more observant of us two. I get tunnel vision sometimes, god damn me.
These are only a handful of classes that heroes bring. Your party members can take on any of the hero classes as they become your
Emphasis, any classes. Any classes.
allies. Recruit
Like, thanks, game.
Mio with a bow.
more heroes for a growing combination of classes and arts in your party.
Mio with gun.
Also, this is a weird uniform. We're all the same class. Nothing's changed.
It's Fiona's uniform.
Indeed it is. So we all just take on Fiona's class as one? Seems kind of weird.
Guys, it's not a gang, okay? It's just a club.
Current outfit.
It's a
6 Noahs.
It's a club that kills people.
Your fashion and
Yeah, it's just
fight
a club. So it's not a gang, I promise.
It's a
Please.
murder club. It's just this club has knives and guns, and you know we're running from the cops. We're great.
What is that thing?
This is no normal creature. It's something else.
You've got a real death wish.
Of course, we've seen this guy before who created memes across the internet.
Get out the way. You're just slowing me down. The nerve on this guy.
And I'm going to assume this is the cutscene in which both sides initially meet.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, I have a feeling like
I felt her
Vandom
thoughts.
comes in,
Or
you
maybe
know,
her memories.
tells them not
There
stop
were so
fighting
many.
with each other,
And then, they
and
were a
then
part of me.
this Ouroboros comes in and tries to kill them all, and then Vandom does
By
whatever
joining together in battle
pressing
through
in that A
interlinking,
does in order
two
to
characters
make,
in your party can
you know,
fuse
this
into a
Ouroboros
fiercely
happen.
powerful
Yeah.
form, known
And if it's anything like the original, I get the feeling this guy is gonna take the role of what Mumcar did. Like, he's the initial really big antagonist, but later on in the game, he's relegated to
as
nothing.
an Ouroboros.
He's just a
Here are the
pawn
character
in a
pairs that
bigger
can
game.
interlink,
Pretty much.
transform into this fearsome fusion by interlinking during combat. Clear out the battlefield by using Mighty Ouroboros arts before time is up and the interlink deactivates.
So it is on a timer.
Yeah. But look, though, it's just for the forms, not your life.
Those guys are so selfish. selfish how? You know what I mean.
And this little bit I
Every
really
time
love.
they interlink, they're the ones taking the lead. So you'd prefer to take the reins? I just want to do more. Like, pull my weight. You know? Lance, come with me! I'm all set!
I'm really happy about this.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
seeing this. New Ouroboros
being a
form.
single body, the Ouroboros
This
is
adds
controlled by
another
only one of the two characters.
layer of depth to
Swap
the
between
combat.
them
Yeah.
To modify the form
Yep.
and arts of the
When
Ouroboros to fit
do I
your
take
taste.
on Ouroboros, and which form do I take Ouroboros? And the fact that you can customize and just improve Ouroboros on the fly, it's just not one and done.
Earn points in
God,
battle to make
there's
the
so much
already
to do
powerful
with this.
Ouroboros even stronger.
And this is going to be akin to what Xenoblade 2 had with the character skill trees, I assume.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Ouroboros can
And the
also
fact that
take
you can
part in
just
chain
call
attacks with the
Ouroboros
rest
on
of
the
the
fly
party.
during chain attacks, not just in combat. It's so good. And also, this one particular Ouroboros design, it sort of reeks of Cosmos.
Yeah.
It's sort of reminiscent. She's got the hair, she's got the design for it.
The cat is.
Yeah. And of course, surfing along a sword. That, like... It's cool, dude. It's radical.
We were sworn enemies
Sorry, I'm
once,
just stretching.
That's fine.
and yet we all share the will to live in the now.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But now, I can do it.
Not like we can
And one thing about Mio's book, you can definitely tell that she's marking down her time.
That's morbid.
Yeah.
afford to go just yet.
We get to see
That's
him.
another thing. I'm listening to this theme right here. It's
Until now,
it's more of
afraid
an
to take that
orchestral
first step.
take on a life
But now,
sent on.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Wouldn't be the
Not like
first time Xenoblade has
afford to go
carried
just yet.
one theme across an entire game. Yep.
So now
Yep,
I
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
I have a feeling that this is probably going to be the menu theme music here,
But I
but
Yeah.
can change.
well, the title screen music
And this world.
probably. I don't know.
We'll build
Well,
it for ourselves.
I'll know next month.
A world with
will
the freedom
indeed.
to choose.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct.
And next month cannot come soon enough.
No.
But if you think that that's everything that Xenoblade has to offer, well, you would be wrong.
Because they added in the expansion pass,
And
which
for
I'm
me-
happy about.
And this
Broaden the world of Xenoblade
has
Chronicles 3
so
with a paid
much to
expansion
give.
pass.
Challenge battle.
Just like Xenoblade 2, challenges, new heroes, new quests, new outfits.
And to top it all off, there's going to be a brand new story scenario
Yeah.
towards the end of it.
And here's the thing, this is a year and a half away.
Yeah.
Now granted, this could probably be just a placeholder date, just to be on the safe side.
It probably is a placeholder date. Like, I have a feeling like the like everything after whatchamacallit, the release date is just a placeholder date. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna have like, exact dates later on, but they just wanted to have, like, hey, this is gonna be in the winter season, this is gonna be in the spring season, this is gonna be,
It's releasing
Try to
in
figure
waves
that out.
like Xenoblade 2
yeah.
or
But
Smash.
another interesting thing that was brought up by my attention, which I completely glanced over, was the image for the expansion pass.
Yes, this little gem right here.
Yep. On the as we can see within it, there's Noah's sword. But on both sides of it, there's Pyra's Aegis sword and the replica Monado EX Plus from Future Connected.
And that one particular detail is something that I have questions about. Because why why the Monado replica? Why not the proper Monado? For me, that indicates that this is going to connect somehow after Xenoblade's original plot is done and Xenoblade 2's plot is done. So Xenoblade 3, I think, isn't playing alongside these two games, kind of like how 2 was playing alongside the original in terms of narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want the background though.
Oh yeah. But dude, this...
You know, actually, now that you bring it up, I think on Twitter, like, they actually had the expansion pass picture. I'll send it in Discord, but...
What can you say? Just, this game offers so much initially, and it's going to offer more. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful.
Indeed. Indeed. So we've got a lot to look forward to. Release date and throughout pretty much a whole year of development.
You can get the additional content shown here.
And for 27 quid or your regional equivalent, I feel like it's worth it.
Yep. And this was a really major shock right here.
Amiibo figures.
Yeah.
Tap any Amiibo to acquire helpful in-game items for your adventure.
Any Amiibo works.
Tap the Shulk Amiibo to change a character's sword to appear as the Monado when using Noah's sword fighter class.
Yes.
That brings up a thing, like, the only other Xenoblade game that's used Amiibo was Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for the 3DS.
Yeah.
And even then, you can only use the Shulk Amiibo once a day to get a couple of coins for the model viewer and for the jukes.
Yeah, the jukebox.
Oh my god.
But
the fact that you can actually use any Amiibo with this game, like, I have tons of Amiibo to the side right here. And it also brings up the question, like, is there going to be a limit to the amount of Amiibo I can use in one day? Would kind of be, like, similar to Breath of the Wild?
I don't know.
Only time is going to be able to tell.
I suppose so, because if it's anything like Fire Emblem Free Houses, you can use as many Amiibo as you want with no consequence.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm just really glad that Amiibo is still finding ways to take part in games, because that's the sad thing. Not a lot of games these days use it.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 launches July 29th.
And of course,
and here we go.
Hey, Americans! We're sorry.
An art book and steel case will also be available.
Now this is just a kick in the teeth for you, for American fans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. In the American version of this Direct, they just completely glance over this collector's edition.
Yeah.
Probably due to the fiasco that happened back on June 8th.
Yeah.
We don't want to rub salt in the wound. Instead, we'll give hope to the Europeans and then crush it soon after.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh yeah.
Thank you for watching, and enjoy your adventures in the world of Ionios.
But man, that was a beefy, amount of things that we had to dissect right there.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. But for what it's worth, they packed a lot in for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they definitely did.
I can't think...
There was a lot of eye candy that, caught our Xenobladers' attention.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a single thing that they wasted time on. It's like, no, heroes, boom, combat, boom. It didn't waffle on. It was just, like, straight to the point.
Yep.
And, to be honest, I mean, I am going to assume that Monolith is going to still drop things about the combat, the characters, and most notably the heroes, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
But, who knows? But
do you think they might actually show what was blurred?
No.
I doubt it.
No. I think that was intentional. They do that because they know schmucks like us are going to look at it, analyze it to death, and speak to no end.
Imagine if someone, decompressed that image and actually made an actual,
I will
actually
unpixelate
found
it.
the image.
I will Photoshop it. I will unblur somehow.
I mean, where there's a will, there's definitely a way.
If it's the internet, it shall be done.
Indeed.
That was a fun direct to watch, and all honesty, pretty fun time for Xenoblade fans in general.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we had, as Nexus mentioned, a lot to unpack, but a lot to talk about, and a lot of good things to look forward to. For me, I don't think there was anything negative. There's nothing that's made me concerned, skeptic, or anything like that.
Not even the Melia Nia aspect.
For me, it sort of gives a with how the council is interacting with both sides. I feel like no, something's going on. I don't think Melia or Nia have suddenly turned evil for the sake of it.
Yeah, I feel like Nia and Melia, they're probably doing what they think is best, but they are taking advice from this council.
Yeah.
And this council is advising them to go up against this other country in order for whatever plot that they have.
So the council is the equivalent to a Malthus.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, guess what? It's a second coming of Zanza. It's just absorbing people for the sake of absorbing. Ooh, bad. And all that jazz.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Apparently, I'm not sure if you noticed, but at the beginning, some of the council or Boros, they actually took the souls from the flame clock, and they actually absorbed them themselves.
So it can definitely be
That
a
just
thing.
makes me wonder. I think it was right there. No, it wasn't right there. That was, No, it was a little bit later on. But even so, like, it's just interesting to consider because the fact that it was capable of doing that, and even take the souls that were in the flame clock and absorb them themselves, that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. Now you can see the flame clock was completely empty. And he's taken all the soul for himself.
So again, it definitely brings up questions and intrigues for the main plot point.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me though, now here's the thing I got to emphasize. I've liked everything that I've seen. Nothing has made me worried or skeptic, but it just all depends on how the overall product comes together. That's going to be the main thing. Is it fluent? Is it themed correctly? Is it sequenced? Is it cohesive? That is the thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really has me personally worried because, like, with the September release date, that was fine, but then they swapped Splatoon Xenoblade Chronicles with one another. So that's kind of what has me a little bit worried. Like, I'm not completely worried, but because it's Monolith Soft, they're gonna make a pretty good product, but even so, it just got me worried, like, did they even have enough time to make sure everything is, up to snuff?
I think it's mostly polish that's going to be affected, if anything. If there's any significant glitches or things that seem a bit not done, the push forward is probably the reason why.
Yeah.
But hey ho, we can only remain skeptic until the game comes out. But so far, I have loved everything that I've seen thus far.
Same here. I'm really looking forward to actually playing 3.
Yep. And it's only a little over a month away.
Yep.
Yeah, because we have been talking about this for how long now? A little over an hour and a half. My god.
Oh lord, this is going to be a beefy recording.
It is going to be a big video, but you know what? There's been a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about, and a lot to speculate because that's what YouTube does. That's what YouTubers like us do. Or just content creators in general. But hey ho. So guys, after that big beefy video, well, I think that's going to be it unless anyone else present has anything else to talk about.
I mean, me personally, I can't really think about anything. This is building up the hype for me and everything. I kind of been avoiding some of the things that they've been saying on Twitter because I think I only want, I don't know, I'm kind of old in my ways. I'd rather get my news from videos and everything.
I can understand that.
What about you, Alice? Anything that you'd like to add on?
Not that I can think of.
All right, I guess that's it.
Alright guys, so yeah, Big, long video, but hey, if you've been watching this for the entire thing, it's like, Jesus Christ, how much time do you have on your hands? But I digress. Thank you all for watching, and of course, if you like this video, be sure to like it, and, well, if you dislike it, well then, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have way too much time on your hands. To go through an hour and 40-minute video to get to this point and then think, nah. But I digress.
Well, then again, there are like 5-hour YouTube videos, but that's a totally other thing. But,
but hey, it's a JRPG. You gotta discuss it at length. It is the rule. Otherwise, you'll call Dunban Duncan and Ryan Rain and say other things that are stupid and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow. But until then, guys, I have been Lightning.
I'm Alex.
And we, between us two, have been LightlicePlays. But Nexus, where can people find you for the stuff?
Well,
for
I'm
stuff
glad you asked. Let's segue right into that. For those of you that would like to find out what I'm up to and everything, you can follow me at Magical Nexus on Twitter, Instagram, or even on YouTube. I mean, I'm trying to start pumping out YouTube content. I know eventually I'm gonna actually put streams on like a VOD channel of mine, but other than that, yeah, you could probably find me at any of those places.
Alright. And guys, thanks for watching this video, whether it's been for a minute, an hour, or whatever this video goes to.
Eternity.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Xenoblade is only a month away, and we'll see you there then, when our Let's Play comes out.
Uh-huh.
Yay. Hi guys, see you next time.